were at Firehouse Subs because I just got wind that they got a new, well, 2 sandwiches. I only got one, and you might probably be able to guess why if you're not a new subscriber. If you are, welcome. One of them is a spicy dill pickle collab with Hot Ones, and I just don't like pickles, so I'm going to recuse myself from that one, but I am going to try the second one, which is the, I already know people are going to start with it's called the Zesty Garlic Hook and Ladder. That's the name of it, all right? It's a Zesty sub. So the main draw of this, it's a smoked turkey sandwich with honey ham, pepper jack cheese, marinated onions in their classic garlic Fresno hot sauce, and seasoned garlic chips. Also, their garlic Fresno hot sauce as well. So they have marinated onions as well as the garlic hot sauce. After that, it's lettuce, tomato, mayo. Again, I'm not much of a lettuce fan on sandwiches, or really in general. I just don't think it tastes like anything but wet. That's just me. I'm a fan of Firehouse Subs, so I do have high expectations for this one. It does look and smell really good. This is good. One thing that I'll say about this that I really like is they didn't just throw the hot sauce on there and make a regular sandwich. With Jersey Mike's, I'm a huge fan of Jersey Mike's, but when they did their Mike's Hot Honey collab, it was the same sandwich that they always serve. You just have the option of throwing honey on it. And I just feel like that's not a good use of a collab. With this, they added multiple layers of their Hot One stuff. So they did use the sauce, and that's really good. You can taste it all throughout it. But you're also getting, I thought that was an onion. Those are tomatoes. You're also getting a little bit of this crunchy garlic flavor with it. And those onions that are marinated in that sauce add a little bit of sweet and heat to it. Combine that with the pepper jack cheese and the richness from the mayo and everything else. You've got yourself a really good sub. Like, this is a great collab. If you don't like garlic, or you don't like that Hot Ones collab sauce that they've had out in their line, you're not going to like this. So don't bother. But if you're a fan of really garlicky hot sauce, which I am, one of my favorite wing combinations as of recent has been garlic buffalo. This definitely is a good-ass sandwich. Chips would have been really good with it. I ordered a combo, and I had my bag sealed and ready when I got there. I asked the guy, I said, everything's in the bag? He goes, yeah. So my stupid self, putting the blame on me, didn't check it. There's no chips. There's no soda. So chips in a sandwich for me is like an A+ combo. But as far as like their colder subs, honestly, this would be one of my favorite ones. I'm more of a fan of their hot subs than anything. I wanted to do this because I keep talking about how good Jersey Mike's cheesesteak is, and I say it's the best one in the game. I wanted to give Firehouse Subs cheesesteak another try. I got their steak and cheese. I did some changes to it just because I wanted to try something different on here. I know people from Philly don't get mad at this, but listen, just let me enjoy my cheesesteak the way I want to. So I did some tomatoes on here because I know some people in certain places in Philly do it with tomatoes. I never really had that on a cheesesteak. Also had it jalapenos and sauteed mushrooms. There's a ton of meat on here too. I don't think I ordered double meat, which is crazy. Got provolone, and then the onions and the caramelized peppers are already accounted for. So a little bit different of a vibe with the cheesesteak, but I did want to try something new or different. I know, Philly. Y'all got mad at the Philly burger yesterday from Checkers, and this is probably even worse for y'all, isn't it? I don't know why they didn't cut this. I see where you're going with the tomato. It more tastes like a sandwich than a Philly cheesesteak or a cheesesteak to me. They don't call this a Philly cheesesteak, by the way. They call it a steak and cheese. So, disclaimer. It more eats like a sandwich with that. So, it kind of just tastes more like a roast beef to me, you know? I don't dislike it, but I still do think Jersey Mike's is light years better than this. I don't think there's anything they can do about it. Their steak, and I can really tell now because there's a lot of steak in here, compared to Jersey Mike's, is chewy. Almost, it's not rubbery chewy, but it's chewier. So, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I do think jalapenos is a nice play on cheese stick too. Sorry. I am hungry. That is the ultimate, if you got it for me, I'm hungry, I'll eat it sandwich. On a chain scale, I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. If I was just comparing this to any cheese stick, I'd probably a 3. But honestly, like, it's edible. That's about all I can say about it. This was another thing I wanted to try from them again. Last time I did their mac and cheese, and I'm just not the biggest fan of it, but I wanted to give their chili another try. Now, the problem is, so their chili comes with, you can ask for cheese and onions. I asked for cheese. They gave me onions, not cheese. But I don't mind. I don't mind onions anyway. I would have liked both if you wanted to do that. I don't know. Maybe they had a bad day at the office. I also checked the bag again, and they didn't give me anything resembling silverware, and I don't have any silverware. So we got a problem. So update. I just ran to my car and checked my center console. I have 2 lucky items. One, I had a fork. So we can make the fork work. I took the plastic off already. And also, in my center console, I had a bag of golden sriracha Doritos from back when I did the review. It's just crazy. They've been in my car. Luckily, it's been cold this whole time, so they're not going to be funny or anything like that. And in case you were wondering, I'm sure people think maybe these are expired. The expiration date is April 8th, 2025. So we just made it. Now we can eat. Man. Emergency chips. Emergency chips. I love it. I love it. Even though I don't really love those, but that's okay. Let's try this chili with the onions. I got a lot of onions in that bite. It's okay. I don't hate it. Like, if I compare this to like a Wendy's chili, it's somewhere in that region. I don't think it's as good as Wendy's chili. I know some people don't like Wendy's chili. I do. So that's not like shade. It's an edible chili. It's definitely not a go out of your way chili, but I'll put it, being real, this is light years better than their damn mac and cheese. Light years. You add some flavor to it with Dorito or something. It's a workable chili. I like that they have the options of different things other than just soup. I actually don't think Jersey Mike's does anything like that. I did see a thing at Jersey Mike's. They had like a pack of cookies that were fresh baked, but they looked stale as hell, so I didn't get them. Next time I go there, I'm going to try them though. But not this time. They looked like they were like hockey pucks, but they were in a box. And I've never seen that before. But that wasn't a good indicator. With the chips, they're decent. Chili's very average. I'll give it a 5 out of 10, even on a fast food scale, but it's not inedible. I feel like the first time I tried it, I thought it was like not good, but maybe I jumped the gun on that. It's not that bad. So we got a couple quick little announcements. I saw yesterday that some of you did receive the merch that you ordered. Thank you for ordering it. I know that the order length wasn't like, some people didn't get wind of it because it only lasted 2 weeks. I don't know if there's going to be another rollout, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's not in my hands because I'm not the one that was in charge of it. It was Champion, and they have to be willing to open the storefront and do it again. I'll check and see, because I know I've gotten so many messages in the last week or so, even from my own family members, which I told them that I would get them one, but they didn't do it. So they didn't reach out to me. So I'm going to see what I can do as far as that goes. But a lot of people got it. I'm glad that you are satisfied with it. I've gotten some people send me some pictures and stuff with it. No weird stuff. Don't be weird. But I'm really grateful that people like wanted to get something with my name on it. And it was a good experience because it was my first time doing it. So I do really appreciate that. The second slightly weird announcement just has to do with, people may have noticed, Darth Vader's now over there and Arnold's behind me. So here's the thing. My autofocus on my camera has face detection. And when Arnold was over there, it kept detecting Arnold's face. And sometimes it would focus breathe, or when I tried to use the autofocus like this, it would actually focus on Arnold. I had to keep pausing the camera because I would notice it, which is why I do look into the monitor. People wonder why I'm looking. I have a very strange relationship with my cameras, and every time that I get a new setup, there's always like some hiccups again. I soft launched it on Saturday or Sunday, and now I've been here 3 days in a row just because I actually enjoy filming in here. I just feel a lot more able to do things and with the overhead shots and stuff. So there's always going to be some growing pains with that stuff. Again, I'm not a professional. I am not a person who has an editing team or any of that stuff. It's been just me this whole time, building this stuff, doing the setups, EQing the mics, doing the camera. So sometimes there are issues, but I try to work through them as best as I can, especially when you're a person like me who does food content and makes content every day. I can't reshoot things like most people do that make videos that don't have to do. Once I eat this, it's too late. And because I do things every day, I don't have time to kind of, get things just right. I'm constantly doing stuff for the move, but it'll get there. Just like the room setup that I had, and then I had the different room setup that I had, and then I switched. There was always issues with that kind of stuff anytime I tried to do something different. So it happens, man. I know. Most of you may not have noticed. Some of you may have noticed. But I noticed. That's kind of what matters too, right? So I just wanted to announce that. This sandwich is delicious. And finally, in my random news of the day, I don't know when they did this, but it was a while back that one of my favorite, I'm saying that sarcastically, sandwich chains in Subway had a alleged lawsuit because they weren't using 100% tuna in their tuna dishes. Or their tuna fish, I should just say. Tuna fish is redundant. It's just tuna. Oh, I noticed the other day when I was scrolling through the apps that they had a picture of their tuna sandwich with a little sign on it now, because apparently they caught wind or they fixed it or something, because the sign actually says 100% wild caught tuna. So all of the people, myself included, that always said they didn't use real tuna in their subs, they either started doing it or they're doubling down on it. That's my food news for the day. With that being said, I'm still a fan of Firehouse subs. I really like that turkey sandwich. I should have just got a foot long of that and not even worried about the cheesesteak, if I'm being real. But either way, good experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will be back tomorrow. More content and the hand sounds. They made it to YouTube.